Welcome back as we continue to talk about writing better sentences. And again, just like last time, I want to remind you, better sentences equals better writing. All right, so we started out last time talking about simple sentences, and you'll remember that a simple sentence has a subject and a verb. The subject is the noun, the person, place, thing, or idea that the sentence is about, and the verb is the action, it's what the subject does. And then we talked about the subject verb chomp. And I want to remind you that the subject verb chomp means I've got a subject, I've got a verb, and I have punctuation at the end. I still have some students who are turning in their sentences without any punctuation. Remember, that's one of the first things that you learned as a writer. Please don't turn in sentences that don't have punctuation. All right, so let's continue this idea and really break it down even simpler. So we're going to see if we can find the parts of other people's sentences. So let's review what it is we're looking for. We have the subject, and that's the who or the what that the sentence is about. So that's why I have this picture of a rabbit. It's just sitting there. It's the who or the what. So it's the subject. And then down here I have the verb. The verb is the action in the sentence. And that's why I have this rabbit running really fast. Here, I'm just focused on the fact that there is a rabbit. And here I see running because the subject is who or what, and the verb is the action. So for these sentences, we're going to use the strategy of underline the subject, circle the verb. So let's look at this first one. The rabbit raced across the field. Oh, that's from the pictures on the last slide. First, I'm going to ask myself to find the subject. That's the who or the what. So if I think about this sentence, I know this sentence is about the rabbit. The rabbit. That's my subject. I'm going to write S for subject. And then I can ask, what did the rabbit do? The rabbit raced across the field. That is my verb. Rabbit is the subject. Raced across the field is the verb. All right, let's take a look at the next sentence. I have Terry and his brother ate all of my homemade cookies. Ooh, who is the person doing the action in the sentence? Terry and his brother. They're both doing the action, so they're the subject. That's the who or the what in my sentence. Terry and his brother. What did they do? They ate all of my homemade cookies. That is the verb. I should put a V up here too. All right, let's keep going. Rock and roll is my favorite type of music. There's no who in this sentence. I better look for a what. Rock and roll is my favorite type of music. Oh, this sentence is about rock and roll. That's the subject. And what is rock and roll doing? Rock and roll is. It is my favorite type of music. Or at least whoever wrote this sentence. There's the verb part of this sentence. All right, let's keep going. The cashier was handing me the bag of groceries. Oh, the cashier is the one doing the things in the sentence. And what did the cashier do? The cashier was handing me the bag of groceries. All right, that is the verb part of my sentence. Now, before we move on, I do want to point out something that we're trying to simplify it so that we can see that there's a whole chunk of the verb part. And later we're going to talk about how that's got a different name. But I'm going to go back in for a minute and just highlight the verb word. The verb in the first one where I've got the rabbit raced across the field, the verb is raced. In the sentence, Terry and his brother ate all of my homemade cookies, the verb, the action word is ate. In rock and roll is my favorite type of music, my verb is. And in the cashier was handing me the bag of groceries, my verb is was. Those are my verbs. All right, so now that we have had a chance to find subjects and verbs, let's try it again. A lot of you in our last time that we practiced writing simple sentences weren't quite correct. You were trying, but you weren't there yet, and I really wanted you to get to see those parts of a sentence. So now let's have a turn and try writing some again. All right, so I'm going to go back to the rabbit sentence. The rabbit sentence was about the rabbit. So the rabbit is my subject. I'm going to write the rabbit. There we go. All right, the rabbit. And then I had to think about it. What did the rabbit do? Oh, it raced across the field. Now I have a subject, I have a verb, and now I can write my complete sentence. The rabbit raced across the field. Before I say I'm done, I need to make sure it's a complete sentence. So I'm going to check. Does it have a subject? Yep, it has the rabbit. Does it have a verb? Raced across the field. Cool. I've got a who or a what, and I've got them doing something. I need to make sure two more things. Did I start with a capital? Oh man, I didn't. I better go back and fix that. There we go. Start with a capital. And I need to end with punctuation. Ooh, I forgot that too. So I'm going to go back and add a period. Or I could even make it really exciting. The rabbit raced across the field. Oops. So make sure when you are finishing your sentence, you don't forget a capital and punctuation. All right, on the next few slides, you will have a chance to underline the subject and circle the verb, and then you're going to try writing a couple more sentences of your own.